I'm Randy Reid, editor of the Edison Report, and I'm here at LIGHTFAIR with Glenn Garbowicz, General Manager and Vice President of Hubble Components. Welcome, Glenn.
Thank you, Randy. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming and sitting with us. I know LIGHTFAIR is about to begin and you're working hard setting your booth up, so we appreciate you stopping in and joining us. Now, first thing, Edison Report put one of your products in the top 10 must-see categories, this LED emergency backup, and I understand it's so new there wasn't even a name for it. What is the name, and tell us a little bit about it, please.
Well, currently we're calling the product AEL, which is an Advanced Emergency Lighting System. And basically we had studied the market and come to the conclusion that in emergency lighting, there was just a void. So what we did is we came up with a new system that basically powers the driver using DC rather than AC. So you just basically feed the driver with DC and use the dimming leads that exist on the driver to set the output. And on this device, you can also, through dip switches, set the exact output you need and then daisy chain whatever number of batteries you need to achieve the 90-minute runtime. That's what makes it different, and we actually did an IP search, found out that nobody had quite done anything like this, and have since filed for a number of patents on this device, which you think is going to revolutionize the way we do emergency lighting.
It sounds very exciting, and when our team heard about it, they were very excited, and that's why they put it in the top 10. Now, when I think of Hubble Components, I think of Thomas Research products, and I know in one of my fixtures, I use your device, your 10 kilovolt surge protector.
Correct.
I think that's mainly what people think about with TRP, but tell me more about the company and the various products that you offer.
Well, Hubble Components is far more than just LED drivers and surge protectors, which is really what Thomas Research was known for years. In the meantime, Thomas Research has launched a line of controls, occupancy sensors, daylight harvesting, wall switches, wireless systems for both room control, as well as roadway control with our new big city system. We're also moving into light engines, obviously, with the acquisition of Norlux. We do a number of custom light engines, but probably the most interesting thing now is the total system integration, where we're taking light engines and we're integrating drivers, occupancy sensors, and wireless all into one turnkey solution, so that the fixture manufacturer just takes the assembly and installs it, and it's all done.
Okay. Now, let's go to these controls a little bit. This is 2015.
Right.
When are we going to really see controls and everything? This year?
No, I don't think it's this year. This is still the year of pretty much standalone controls. That's still what we see through our Hubble Building Automation brand is occupancy sensors and daylight harvesting sensors. It's still pretty much a standalone market, but that's changing quickly. We're seeing the sales of systems that are wireless and integrated really starting to ramp. And I think over the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to see the transition. This is kind of the inflection point from my perspective when we go from standalone to integrated controls. And that's why we're starting to see integrated controls going right in the driver. And that's a huge mega trend. Last year was kind of the year of the programmable driver. Everybody was talking about it. Now this is the year of, hey, let's integrate the wireless into the driver. Let's integrate in features so we can control that driver. And then, of course, the next logical progression is, let's just integrate the whole thing into the light engine and just make it one total turnkey solution.
With controls being on so many things, not just in light and everything, do you ever worry about Big Brother, that we're controlling too many things?
No, not particularly. I mean, you have to factor in the security element when you're developing these systems. But lighting I don't view as a Big Brother type system. I think the next realm for saving energy is really lighting control. With the advent of LEDs 10 years ago, we found every way to save energy by retrofitting fluorescent and HID. So the only thing really left is controls. And if people want to save energy and save money, that's where the focus is going to be. And fundamentally, I believe our components business is probably going to be 80% controls as we get 3 to 5 years out. And I think just the basic light engine and the basic standard non-programmable traditional driver are going to diminish in popularity.
With the LED transformation, personal question, forget Thomas Research, forget Hubble, when did you know LEDs were going to be everything?
It was probably in 1995.
Get out.
As many people will remember, Thomas Research was known strictly for HID controls. We made the pretty much the quartz restrike and rapid smart starters. That's what we were known for. But I was walking through LIGHTFAIR in, I believe it was 95 and 96, and I started to notice just the first hints of LED. And it actually kind of scared us a bit because we said, wow,
Right.
we're pure HID, and if this
Right.
takes
It scares
off,
me, too.
we're doomed. So actually in 96, we started our first LED driver development project, and in 97 is when we've launched our first product line, and it was
I had
very
no
basic,
idea.
12 through 40 watt. Nothing
Okay.
fancy, there were only a handful of models, and that was right around the time that Hubble took interest in our corporation and bought it. And the
Okay.
rest is proverbial history. I mean, TRP is now one of the probably top 5 driver manufacturers, and now we have the Norlux business, which does custom drivers for many people. And
Right.
that business on the custom side is surprisingly strong.
Well, when did they acquire Norlux?
We acquired Norlux 2 years ago.
2 years
June
ago,
of
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
2012.
So if 2014 was kind of the year of programmable drivers, and if 2015 is the year of integrated drivers, what about 5 years? What will you and I talk about in an interview?
We'll be
in
talking
5
about
years?
totally integrated solutions. You know, you'll walk through LIGHTFAIR and you'll see people who will have, you know, basically light engines with drivers, again, control built into it, whether it's wireless control or network control. You'll probably see some sort of occupancy sensor. That's starting to become very interesting. We've developed a lot of light engines right now for people that have the aux sensor right on board. And when you
Right.
think of traditional aux sensor going on the fixture, I mean, that's a $40, $50, $60 item sometimes. Now
Right.
you integrate it into the light engine and it becomes a fairly modest adder. And I think that's what's going to really make people, you know, take notice.
I'm showing my ignorance here, but what about the surge protector going directly into the driver so you don't need this separate component?
That becomes more of a cost issue.
Okay.
As you made reference earlier, you folks buy the 10K, but the market has been shifting to the 20K
Right.
lately. And then now there's...
And the adder, it's only a few dollars.
It's
more
only,
for the
yeah, it's a
20.
few dollars more. And now people want some sort of visible indicator. And sometimes they
Okay.
want that to be remote. Sometimes they want it to be series fused, so when it blows, they know that it's gone. And the traditional surge protector kind of has died off. And to integrate all that into the driver, and then when it's all
Right.
used up and fails, now you have to throw away a driver rather than a
Okay.
surge protector. You know,
I see your
keep
point.
in mind your standard surge protector right now is not a very expensive item
Right.
any longer. The
Right.
volumes have gone up so dramatically that they've become very cost effective. So I don't see that, I think you've seen the level of surge protection improve in drivers because 5 years ago there was almost nothing.
Right.
Now you have basically a 2 kV, maybe 4 kV level in the driver, but not the 10 or 20 kV and not the high current rating. So I'm not expecting any major changes in that market.
Okay, understood. Well, Glenn, thank you very much. This has been educational, and I appreciate you taking time to sit
Pleasure,
with me.
Randy. Always
All
good to
right.
talk to you.
Thank you.